Hi, Downtown San Diego Partnership members. I'm Betsy Brennan, President and CEO of the Downtown San Diego Partnership. Thank you for joining us for our next episodes of Convos Over Coffee, where we get to know DSDP members from a variety of industries, how they're adapting, and what excites them about the future of downtown San Diego. Today, we are chatting with co-founders Jill Higson, Executive Director, and Christian Michaels, Treasurer of the Writing Den, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that was established in August of 2017. Their focus is helping those in need communicate, connect, and create change by utilizing the power of handwriting. Hi, Jill and Christian. Welcome to Convos Over Coffee.
Hi,
there,
Betsy.
How are you?
Hi, this is my
so
first.
much for having us.
Thank you so much. And Jill is joining us from Seattle, and Christian is joining us from San Diego. So it's a pretty exciting day here on Convos Over Coffee.
Yep, we've got the West Coast covered here.
Thanks for doing this. So how are you both adjusting personally through all of this? Is there any fun activities you've taken up since March?
Yeah, well, I've actually, it's been a little crazy, but mid-March through mid-August, I was in New York where we've got our dens there. And just kind of, we're based in Chelsea, our den, and that's where I live, taking walks through the neighborhood, escaping in some good books. Of course, a lot of Bravo and Netflix, like other people, yeah. And then in mid-August through currently, I'm in Seattle taking care of my 90-year young mom and running our writing den here along with my art boutique and artist representative. So
our very best to your mom. And yeah, I think Netflix has definitely gotten a real run for their money from all of us this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been busy making new interactive art projects. That's my other practice, and using some new LED technologies. There's been a little bit of a learning curve there, so I'm grateful for having probably never had this much time since free time since high school to do it. So grateful for the time to take on some new projects. I noticed people were really missing live music, so I felt compelled to start an internet radio station of concert-only live music that broadcasts throughout the US and even some other countries, and that's been a really great distraction from the pandemic as well.
That's great. I need to get the station information so I can add it. I find myself at this computer quite a bit, and sometimes it's really nice to have some inspirational music in the background.
Well, it's great to hear crowds again too.
Yeah, exactly. So what have been the impacts on the writing den since March, and how has your organization had to pivot?
Yeah, like a lot of people, the like in the spirit of live music, the live events, we have 8 of them a month, 2 in San Diego, 2 in Seattle, and 4 in New York. So they've been impacted. Our den partners are providing essential services, whether mobile or indoor limited. So it's been really challenging for us because that's such an important connection to really, write and listen and reflect with our guests. But we've pivoted with one virtual den here in Seattle, Mary's Place Women's Day Center. They have computer access and writing materials. So Christian and I have been doing virtual dens since July with them. It's not quite the same being in person. You're like, hold that up again. What did you say? But still it's nice. We've also done our Write on Warriors wall since April, where we recognize through writing someone who has written their COVID fighting or racial injustice fighting warrior. They'll share via email before they mail or share with their warrior a writing or drawing to commend them. And then we have the wall that on our website, as well as Instagram and Facebook to post those. So that's been wonderful. And then we've expanded our social media on Instagram and Facebook and the website to really commend and honor our den partners who continue to serve during COVID. We also encourage people, we know the importance, not only when you're in need, but everybody to connect through handwriting, especially being on, in the internet all the time. So that's been great on social media. And then we have a COVID fighting fund, like a lot of people, to help with our operating expenses. So those are some of the pivots that we've been doing since April. Yeah.
Great, thank you. We'll encourage everybody watching to go ahead and sign up for all of your social media channels to keep abreast with what is happening with the writing den as we go forward. Have you identified any potential changes or opportunities in the San Diego market that you might not have considered before COVID?
I can address that.
Sure,
We've
Christian.
really seen how powerful handwriting is in times of need, where everybody has need. We've been, until recently, we've just concentrated on the homeless and those in need. And but we keep coming across many references in social media and even the news of where people are, the anxiety that's been created by the pandemic, that handwriting is actually extremely therapeutic for everybody, especially during a time like this. If not for the sake of connection, just like processing, the anxiety and expression. And we're seeing, we see how excited people have been getting lately, and handwriting is a great way to maybe let out some of that energy and form of expression. So we think in terms of San Diego, we're considering maybe expanding our reach beyond just those in need.
That's great. I mean, I think, I've been doing a lot of handwriting since March, since the pandemic, and it really has helped, journaling and other things. And I see the same in my children because, they're on Zoom quite a bit and they're doing electronics and keyboards. And when they can write with a pen or a pencil, it is a whole different experience. I'm really glad the Writing Den is here and keeping that I guess tradition or art form in our conscious as we move forward. So thank you for doing everything you do. What is your perspective on how we move forward from here?
I can start with that, then Jill can fill in. Just a quick bit here. Language, we're seeing, with related to handwriting and communication in general, like language is very important now. And so we're seeing the importance of language and communication now, whether even if it's not handwritten. So I think there's always room for improvement there, certainly given so much that's being expressed these days. Jill, you want to join in on that?
Yeah, and specifically for us, we think that it's obviously overall, whether by city or whatever, vaccines are going to be key in order for us to all get together with live events. And even when we do with our writing dens, to be conscientious of keeping things clean and social distancing. So we're still going to have to practice all these things, but really coming together in our efforts is going to be key to get back to the live events and do them safe, as well as all businesses and stuff are experiencing. So besides, as Christian said, the importance of communication through handwriting, and going beyond those in need of the homeless, which is only going to be increasing, continuing to practice, safe, the masking and the social distancing, and for us, our writing tools and materials and the way we're doing dens. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, there is so much to think about as we transition with the vaccines, and we can get back to gathering safely, but there's still going to be a lot of changes going forward. Where are you both finding hope and community during this time?
Yeah, from the beginning, our den partners who just bravely continuing to serve those in need and the homeless, from the pandemic starting on, I've been that's why we've been posting, promoting them, and obviously frontline workers and essential workers. I mean, even more appreciation for them. And then in the community, I mean, young and old and neighbors calling each other, bringing each other food. I just, it's been fantastic. And trying to do it in my own little ways, you know, giving blood, donating scarves or masks and things. So it gives you a lot of hope. And that's what's been keeping me going.
I tend to ride. I've had enough time to ride my bike around because we've, you know, have a little bit more time now. When the vaccine comes out, we really look forward to that. That'll help us, our organization, a lot. But
Yeah.
I've been riding around my bike almost daily, if not taking a walk. And so I really love what our San Diego Convention Center has been doing. Really, like a great service for, as we know, maybe one of the largest homeless shelters in the country at the moment, or on the West Coast. Grateful for our partners, and just think San Diegans also may realize that this might be one of the best places in the country to be at a time like this. So I see a lot of gratitude happening out. You can feel it, kind of like really like being out in the sunshine and be able to be in the fresh air. I think we're very fortunate that way.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time on, I have an e-bike, and I've been spending a lot of time exploring my neighborhood. So it's been really fun, and riding my bike with my children, and it's been a really nice experience. You see it in a whole different way. And you know, Jill, for you, you've seen 3 different communities and how they've come together. So that's a really interesting perspective too.
It really has been. And just kind of, you know, reconnecting with not only the community and stuff, but then here back with my family, you know, has been a wonderful experience. And also sharing that, just like hearing parents like you with their children reconnecting, and then older people like me going back, a lot of people, all different, you know, ages and stuff, boomeranging back to their parents and taking care of them and or working, you know. So yeah, so there's a lot of positive things during so many challenges for all of us in the past year.
Yeah. And since we are the Downtown San Diego Partnership, I will end with a few specific centric San Diego questions. What are you both most looking forward to in downtown again? A favorite restaurant or attraction, or something you miss?
Well, I'm down here in Little Italy, and it's been a really good place for me to be because I'm so close to the harbor here. We're so close to the harbor here, and you know, great for bike rides and so forth. But in terms of I miss coffee from Cafe Italia and Lofty down here. I also miss the food and drink offerings at the Lion's Share down the street on Kettner, and you know, just so many fantastic businesses. And I'm really hoping that not too many will be taken out by the pandemic.
And I ditto that when I, you know, come back and visit. Those are some places that Christian and I really enjoyed. So
Yeah, I can't wait to get a cup of coffee with you both, and just catch up. And what would you wish was in your cup right now if it wasn't coffee? What's your favorite brew or anything from a downtown establishment?
Well, I do like those libations over there at Lion's Share, and then the mochas. It used to be called the Cafe Italia used to be called the drink, but I mean, they just had the right amount of chocolate in there, and it just has a different name. I still ask for the Cafe Italia, and they know what I'm talking about.
For sure.
I'll second that.
Yeah. Cafe Italia is a good place. Well, I really appreciate both of you taking this time. We've got Seattle and San Diego covered here. And thank you for participating and your dedication to the vibrancy and investment in downtown San Diego. If you'd like to reach Jill and Christian, you can find their contact information in the email for this video. We look forward to seeing you all next time as we have a conversation over coffee with another one of Downtown San Diego Partnership's members. Stay safe, stay strong, and thank you for your commitment to our organization and the economic prosperity and cultural vitality of downtown San Diego.
Thank you so much, Betsy.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to everybody.